Hello again, friends and loyal Wulff members. Kerbal here, and welcome back to Refuel with Wulff, the series that started out as a Q&A series and eventually developed its own sentience and just became something completely different. In other words, just a forum for me to go and talk about stuff that's happened and lots of random crap. So, without further ado, let's carry on. So, first of all, what's been going on over the last month? Well, as I'm sure many of you are aware, I'm currently off work due to having some issues with my shoulder. And you may find this rather amusing as well, considering that my videos have been a bit more sketchy recently as well. Well, not sketchy, but not been happening as often. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Been having some issues with my sleeping patterns, and I've been just absolutely exhausted all the time. Hopefully I'm finally managing to fix this, but just as I start to fix my sleeping pattern, my sleeping habits, I go and hurt my ankle. I don't know what I did. I went out to the movies the other day to go and see Alien Covenant. Now, overall, the movie was all right. I wasn't massively blown away by it, but it was a good watch. Not going into spoiler territory at all. That's about all I'm going to say. But after later on the day, either later on that day or waking up the next day, I was in absolute agony with my ankle. Finding it really difficult to walk around, and just sitting around at the computer was painful. That being on top of the issues that I'm having with my shoulder currently is a little bit of, well, let's put it this way. Between being tired all the time, being in pain with my ankle, and being in pain with my shoulder, I've not been up to making videos as much as I would like to have been. Now, thankfully, right now, it's not so much of an issue. I'm feeling a lot better at the moment. And I've actually gone and gotten my outpatient's appointment for my shoulder. Because what we're having to have happen is a minor surgery on my shoulder to go and clear up some issues that I've got there. Basically, I've got some calcification on the tendons of my shoulder, which is making the tendons really tight and extremely painful. So it's not fun. So yeah. Now, one thing that's not making me well, it's making me a little apprehensive, shall we say, is the fact that somebody I know nearly died from having this minor surgery. So this is somewhat worrying. Something when happened, there was a complication, and the person in question nearly died under anaesthesia. So yeah, not good. I'm worrying a little bit about this. This is going to be really, really interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything's going to be fine. But I've got an appointment within a week, so that's going to be good. Not to mention it's my birthday coming up soon, so hopefully I'm not going to be gone shortly after that. Oh, man. Don't worry, I'm sure I'm going to be fine. But what else has been going on? Because this is just me rambling on about random crap I'm having to deal with. Well, there's been a few things going on, and the first one is that Kerbal Space Program has now got another update. It's now up to update 1.3, which is called Away with Words. So they've gone and added a few extra things into the game. So apparently they've added in the Asteroid Day mod. They've integrated that into the base game, as well as the ambient light adjustment. So that's nice. I actually used the ambient. Sorry, I just cannot talk. Struggling with English right now. But I actually used the ambient light mod for my videos, because I really hated it when you're trying to record and you end up around the night side of a planet and you just cannot see nothing but black. The ambient light mod makes YouTube videos just so much easier to make. So yeah, that's awesome. Although I suspect I'm going to be having some issues with the rest of my mods now. Not that I use many, I only use some quality of life mods. So it's not a big issue. Like, I use Restrut, I think it's called. What else? I've got Kerbal Engineer, just so I can see the readouts and so on. I can't think of any more, actually, off the top of my head. Oh, Kerbal Chatterer, I use that one. So yeah, I imagine a few of these are going to be having some issues now that the game's been updated. But it shouldn't be a massive problem. They're probably going to be updated themselves fairly soon. Not only that, but we've had some news on the side of Frontier. We've found out that patch 2.3.1 is going to be going live on June the 27th. So I'm expecting to be having a beta before then. June the 27th, also the day that the PlayStation 4 version of the game is going to be launched. And what is this update actually going to be doing for the game? Well, basically it's going to be a lot of what they call under the hood fixes, so basically bug fixing. And they're also saying that one of the things that they're going to be doing is making some fixes to the Anaconda's bridge, or cockpit, however you wish to say it. Bridge is more accurate, I think, but call it what you will. Now, what this is apparently some issues that were brought in when 2.3 went live. So as soon as we got ship-launched fighters. So this is going to be somewhat interesting, although I have been joking, and I actually asked Zach Antonacci whether or not this was actually going to stretch to getting rid of the couple of wires that are hanging down above your pilot's head, because I know that a bunch of the Wulff pack are having their OCDs triggered so royally by those. I've got one commander that actually got so triggered by this, he sold his Anaconda and refused to get another one because of those wires. He even tried to go out exploring in a Corvette just because he refused to buy an Anaconda, just because of these wires. Somehow, I don't think it's going to extend to this. It would be funny if it did. And to be perfectly honest, it would be funny if Frontier just changed the model ever so slightly, just so that the wires were just zip tied up a little bit, but still quite clearly there. That would be hilarious for me. But I can't imagine that this thing's going to happen. It would be funny. And yeah, we've also been told about, well, we've got a little bit more information about 2.4. We haven't had the name of it yet, so this is still a mystery update, although I still am convinced it's going to be some kind of incursion update where we are going to be getting more to do with the Thargoids, because according to popular rumours right now, I'm not sure if they're actually rumours or if they've been confirmed, because I don't follow the forums all that much. I really should, but I don't. And what this is that allegedly some data mining has revealed files in the 2.3 beta or the 2.3 game coding. And this would allegedly include Thargoid capital ships. And yes, they are Thargoids, it's been confirmed. So anyone who keeps telling me that they're not Thargoids and that it's not been confirmed, you're wrong. But yes, anyway. So I'm kind of convinced that we're going to be seeing this. And basically, with my thoughts on this and what Zach has actually said in this post, it says they'll be releasing content for this update over an extended period of time. So the update, you don't get everything all at once. You'll get 2.4 and then potentially another update, or maybe it'll just be on a timed release or something. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. I reckon it's going to be 2.4.1, 2.4.2, 2.4.3, and so on, kind of thing. And what I think, basically, with my suspicions that this is going to be more Thargoid oriented and things being released over time, I suspect this is going to be going down a bit of a narrative path with the Thargoid encounters and experiences. So this makes sense to me. Whether or not this is actually going to be the way things go and unfold is another issue, but this is what I believe is going to be happening. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we're going to be expecting. Now, I did actually go and ask Zach as well about the wires in the Anaconda, and he just basically gave me a nonchalant, no, can't say, basically, beta will be out at some point in the future, you can go and have a look for yourself. It's like, thanks, Zach, thanks. That told me a lot. But yes, I know, he can't talk about it, but I thought it'd be funny to ask anyway. But yeah, no, so I'm wondering as well whether 2.4 being released like over time, almost like an episodic thing, I'm wondering whether or not this is actually going to be pushing back the development and release of 3.0. I really hope not, because a lot of people seem to be jumping on the heavily negative bandwagon towards Frontier at the moment. Basically saying that the updates aren't happening fast enough, and in some ways I can agree with this. I'd like to see Frontier develop a little bit faster. I can understand why the game is progressing at the pace that it is. Now obviously we all want more and we all want it now, but that's just not how game development works, unfortunately. We can see what's happened with Star Citizen. They're trying to give us everything at once, and that game's been stuck in development hell for ages. I mean, I'm not saying that it's never going to arrive, but it's definitely a lot later than a lot of people thought it was going to be, because they're just trying to do too much at once. Now, I really do hope that the game does come out eventually, because it'll be really nice to have another space sim. But I do prefer the way Frontier's going about it and bringing us module by module, because I do think the modular development thing is a better way of doing it. I'm probably using the wrong terminology completely, but oh well. This is me. I'm not really completely up on my terminology, and I'm generally quite crap at a lot of this. But yeah. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing where the game is going to be going over the next few months. And speaking about the PlayStation 4 release, the Wolves of Jonai, my private group, it is my private group, but it's also our what's the word I'm looking for? Minor faction. That was the word I was looking for. It's our minor faction in Elite Dangerous. We actually have some communities on in our... I made a video on it a little while ago. And we've also got groups on Facebook. So we've got our standard Wolves of Jonai group. We've also got our Xbox Wolves, which we call the X-Wolves. So they're on there as well, and they're a great group. We've got a great community on there. But we're also going to be starting up well, we've already got it. It's just been sitting off at the side at the moment, and this is going to be a Facebook group for PlayStation Wolves. The only thing is, I've got no idea what the hell I'm going to call it. So, alright, what we're going to do is we're basically going to let the PlayStation 4 Wolves go and come up with their own name for this group. So that's what we're going to do. I might as well start it out on this video, actually. Let me know down in the comments what you think the PlayStation 4 Wolves should be called. Because currently we've got 3 groups. We've got our standard group, which is the Wolves of Jonai. That's basically... It started off as the all-encompassing group, but it's now kind of moving towards being almost PC exclusive. But it's like the hub group. And then we've got a couple of groups just coming off of that. And we've also got the X-Wolves, which are our Xbox One Wolves, I should say. It's not 360, that's last generation. Just goes to show how up-to-date I am with the consoles, doesn't it? But, still not sure what to call the PlayStation 4 Wolves. Because we've thought of PS4 Wolves, P-Wolves, S-Wolves, like Sony Wolves, 4 Wolves, although none of this makes any sense at all. It just doesn't sound right. We have no idea what to call them. We thought Play Wolves, but then I thought that sounds a little bit too much like a something you pick up in Ann Summers. So I'm not really sure what to call them. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, you guys, what you think the PlayStation 4 group should be called. Because we've got the X-Wolves after Xbox, but it also is named like the X-Men kind of thing, so that's kind of cool. I'm just wondering if we can eventually get something kind of similarly interestingly named for the PlayStation group. But yeah, not really sure. Yeah, anyway, in other news, the Mighty Jingles has finally gone and returned to War Thunder. Yes, he's gone and uploaded his first War Thunder video, or at least it's his first War Thunder video for a long time, and he actually hadn't played War Thunder for almost exactly a year, as of the 25th of this month. So that was hilarious. But I don't play War Thunder. I follow his videos because it's the Mighty Jingles. He's the reason I'm on YouTube, and he's the reason I continued on YouTube. Because back in the day when I was considering quitting YouTube, he shared one of my videos which got me a bunch of subscribers and gave me the incentive to continue. So because of him, I am here today. Which is awesome. But what made me laugh as well is he was going on about how bad his landings were in War Thunder, and how he'd seen an Elite Dangerous video where a commander actually screwed up his approach to a station and said it's a Jingles landing. Oh, I wonder who that could have been. And in case the sarcasm wasn't quite evident there, yes, it was me. It was way back when I think it was Season 2 of Zero to Hero, back when I was using Voice Attack a lot. Now, I ended up stopping using Voice Attack because I had to reinstall my computer because of a problem I had with Windows. And I never bothered reinstalling Voice Attack. But it was a video called Say Hello to Pepper, I think it was, because my Voice Attack AI was called Pepper. And she was hilarious. She was extremely sarcastic. I actually programmed her to say, I hope this isn't going... When I said, I hope this isn't going to be a Jingles landing, she came out with a really sarcastic reply saying, well, if the ship blows up, I'm never talking to you again. Which was awesome. That was basically just showcasing that out. And I'm convinced, I'm 100% certain that is the video that he's referring to, which I thought was rather nice that I actually kind of mentioned it in his video. He didn't have to, but it was really nice. So that was awesome. But yeah, on to other things. Basically, everything's not been really hunky-dory over the last few, last month or so. Obviously, I've been having issues with my shoulder, hurting my ankle as well, and being off of work and having issues with my sleeping habits. Well, that doesn't help as well, considering that, you know, I don't really need to say this, but I'm going to anyway. Me and Mrs. Chaos Wulff, we've kind of gone our separate ways. We split up a little while ago. She decided that she didn't want to stay with me anymore, and I could completely understand where she's coming from. From where she's coming from, I'm spending too much time around the computer and trying to work on my YouTube channel, and that I completely understand. So, yeah, me and Mrs. Chaos Wulff are no longer an item. So, yeah, that's fun. Not as devastating as it could be. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've been growing apart for a while, but it's still not fun. As of the moment, we're still living together, but that's going to be rectified in the future. So, yeah, I'm going to have to move. But this could be a blessing in disguise for, well, you guys, I suppose. Because I'm hoping to see if I can find a place with better internet. Because, yeah, I've got an absolutely horrendous internet speed here. 1.2 meg upload. So I'm hoping that if I can find somewhere with at least a 5 meg upload, I can be able to make my YouTube videos... I can make more of them more often. I can be able to start working to a schedule where I can make videos in bulk and actually upload them, start working to a proper schedule. Not only that, but I'll be able to start streaming, and that would be awesome. Because I've really wanted to do this, but I've not had the chance. So this bit of crap of what's happened recently is probably going to be working out very well for my YouTube career. Well, I say career, it's more of a hobby at the moment, which I just happened to get a bit paid for. It covers my expenses for my YouTube channel, which is perfectly fine, and I really like this. But streaming would be great as well, because everyone's been asking about all this stuff with YouTube advertising and whether it's actually affecting different YouTubers. I mean, I've been asked about this on more than one occasion, and the answer is yes, it is affecting me. It's been affecting me for a long, long time. Now, I'm not allowed to actually go and talk about how much I get paid by YouTube because it's in the YouTube partner agreement. But I can go and say that, basically, I've now got 27,000 subscribers. I broke 27,000 subscribers a couple of days ago, which is awesome. But I'm still making the same amount from ad revenue as when I was on about 9,000 subscribers. So it's not great. So subscriber numbers are completely irrelevant to how much I get paid on YouTube. It's all based on views and how many people are actually using AdBlock and so on. So obviously I'm not getting a lot. It's just enough to go and cover certain things. I definitely can't quit my day job for this, which I'd love to. But in the near future, I'm thinking of moving back to England out from Norway and potentially seeing what I can do about trying to become a full-time streamer or so on, just to be able to do this more often, because I do love doing this. This will be my dream job to do. But whether or not it ends up actually being a reality is another issue. as of right now, I've got a lot of things that I need to kind of consider. Right now, my biggest concern is trying to find another place to live that is nowhere near as expensive as where I'm currently living. Because right now, I live in right at the centre of Oslo. And even though the apartment that I'm in is really cheap in comparison to everywhere else around me, it's still very expensive, and I could afford it by myself, but I wouldn't be able to do much else. So yeah, which is really annoying as well, considering that I've just finished actually setting up the man cave. So I've literally just finished doing this, and I'm going to have to take it all down again and move it to another flat, another apartment. So that's not going to be fun. Yeah, what a way to get to the end of Refuel with Wulff. But don't worry, I'm fine. It's all going well. Like I said, it's probably going to be a blessing in disguise at the moment. I'm just looking forward to getting my shoulder dealt with so that I can start getting my butt back to work, because I'm going stir crazy a lot of the time. And hopefully, in about a week or so's time, I'll be able to say, yes, I successfully managed to go and turn my sleeping habits around, so that I'm actually sleeping at night again and not sleeping all the way throughout the day. Because not long ago, I got to like 3 in the morning or something. I thought, you know what, I stayed up all day, and I couldn't get to sleep earlier on. And I finally got to 3 in the morning, finally managed to get to sleep, only to wake up at 11 o'clock at night. This is extremely frustrating for me when I'm trying to do recording throughout the day and other stuff at night. But hopefully I'm fixing this now. But now I'm going off on a tangent. It's going really weird. It's probably a good idea to go and actually end the video here. But yeah, no, let me know down in the comments what we should go and call the PlayStation Facebook group. I'm really not sure yet, because me and the other moderators and admins on TeamSpeak on Facebook, we can't think of anything. So we thought we'd open the floodgates, let you guys flood us with information, flood us with your ideas, and we'll go from there. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for this episode of Refuel with Wulff. I do hope you've enjoyed it. It's been some funny stuff. It's been some kind of depressing stuff. Not really depressing. I'm fine. Really, honestly. And, yeah, it's going to be an interesting time ahead. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. I've been Commander Chaos War from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic. I will see you soon. And until next time, my fellow commanders, keep flying and stay shiny.